Good morning, and thank you for waking up with Bunny. I have my water, I have my coffee. Life is good. It's time to get started on our day and have a wonderful, wonderful time today. It's time for the first sip. Hold that thought. Who is ready to jump into the news feed today? Fridays are generally pretty good days to check out. They're usually pretty active. There's some residual goodness from the evening before. So I think we're going to find some gems in here today. Just a hunch. Yet, plus, yesterday was terribly quiet and drab and like dull in the morning. So I think that this is like going to be a pendulum swing in the opposite direction. I've got all kinds of notifications. That's always fun. Let's see what's going on. Oh, okay. I'm actually kind of excited that this is the first one that we came to. So, on the morning hustle yesterday with Fort Worth and I, Fort Worth lifted up, and this is the first time I remember ever hearing him say it. Pillows, plants, and puppies. These are ways that girls establish themselves kind of in your life physically. It's kind of like the flag that they post on your moon, because whenever whenever a girl starts getting serious about you, she will inevitably somehow get more pillows in your world. I don't know how this happens, whether it's more bed pillows, but usually it's more like throw pillows, decorative items. It's an easy way for girls to establish ourselves in your world. And make it very clear that we are there, because whenever you've got throw pillows, more often than not, a girl put those there. You didn't put throw pillows on your couch, especially not on your bed, but a girl did. So therefore, if you are trying to run a rotation, if you are dating multiple girls at the same time, if you're not all that serious about the one that you're with, throw pillows are a huge red light, like flashing light, to any other girl who ever enters your place of residence, to let us know that someone else is there. It's huge. Plants, very much the same thing. Guys do not want to keep things alive other than their own like animal that they went to high school and had as a child or whatever, that they brought with them from their parents' home, or themselves, period. That's the only people you want to keep alive in a house. You don't want any other living things. But plants, girls will not only bring plants into your world to prove that they can keep things alive, but to kind of test the waters and see if you can keep things alive. This is so prevalent. The plant thing and the pillows thing is so prevalent. It was even lifted up in that 10 ways to, oh, 10 ways to run off a guy or whatever. It was Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson, and it's such a cute movie. But in that, the girl is, Kate Hudson is being like super obnoxious, and she's determined to run this guy off, but he is in a bet to stay, and so he's enduring all these goofy girl things that she does, but everything that she does is super cliche, and it's all of these kinds of things. It's the pillows, the pets, and the puppies. So puppies, it's just a practice baby. You know, girls will want to get an animal together so that you can prove that you guys can keep something alive and care for it and nurture it. And mainly, it's literally just one step down from her just getting pregnant, kind of accidentally on purpose to lock you in, because animals are living creatures. And I'm not a huge animal person. I don't dislike them. I just don't care for them in my house. But animals are living creatures, and they very much become a part of your daily life and your daily routine. So if a girl is excited or insistent that you guys get an animal together, get a pet together, get a fur baby together, that is truly so close to her accidentally on purpose getting knocked up. So, pillows, plants, and puppies, these are 3 ways that girls establish themselves in your life, and it makes it very obvious to other girls that they are there. So keep that in mind. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I will say AJ seems like the best guy about like taking pictures with fans and peers and people in the sphere of social media. He's always mugging with somebody. That looks like my childhood. No wonder I like pizza so much. The jukebox. Guys, there used to be jukeboxes everywhere. They were in every restaurant. They were amazing. Oh, okay. Let's see what this
Tom Brady at this game. Married at 18, divorced at 21. Second marriage, married at 25, divorced at 28. Third engagement, engaged at 29, ended it at 30, but I kept the ring. I'm still keeping Tom Brady on his toes. We should not be afraid to leave these men. We are not stuck with these people. Marriage is not a sanctimonious thing. It is paperwork. It's something, it's a commitment you make to someone. But if you feel like you're not getting anything from that commitment and you're trying, you gotta go. You gotta go. You have to go. I know it's difficult to fill out paperwork and to make appointments and to do all of these things, but this is your fucking life. Do you want to be stuck with someone? Period. Do you want to be stuck with? Oh, we're comparing stats. Baby girl doesn't know that I am Tom Brady at
Oh
this.
my. Okay. I couldn't even finish it. Uh, I think that Anthony Johnson put it best when he said, "Dumb bitch." So this is interesting, and this is very much, I would say, a universal lean that a lot of women are taking, and it's a shame, and it's causing a lot of problems in society. This is a universal problem that we are having, and exactly, good point, good point. CD, yet if a man said this, they would be run out on the rails. So marriage isn't always easy. Let's just back it up. Relationship is not always easy. And yet, if you choose to put yourself in that position and don't then choose to do the work to make it a pleasant experience, or at least as good as it can be, that's on you, honey. That's not on anyone else. I think I put up a tweet last night, a post, not a tweet, a post last night about that essentially you could theoretically, for argument's sake, you could create a life with pretty much anyone. Pretty much anyone. I mean, there are extremes on both ends, but for the most part, if people did not have a choice, you could create a life with pretty much anyone. There is a reason that arranged marriages, even if they're not always the happiest occasion on the front end for the couple, because they don't really know each other. They aren't even, really acquainted with one another. They're not familiar with one another. It's a lot of times very much like two strangers meet and get married. But by the end of life, I have rarely heard of bad circumstances where they didn't have a genuine love and care and respect for one another. The same can be said for where I'm going with this. Two people, pick two random people, and they can create a life together. And a lot of times it could be a relatively happy life. You find middle ground. You find the commonalities. You find how to compromise through the rough spots. And you do the work. And you understand that even in the greatest of relationships, there are rough patches. There are things that come up and fight against you tooth and nail. That happens even in the best relationships. What Fort Worth and I like to say, or what I like to say, I should say, I shouldn't put words in his mouth because this sounds kind of soft, but I say these frustrations that we are dealing with right now are not forever. We're forever. The frustrations are not. I think that Tom Hanks put it great. He said, in my life, I've finally kind of learned that the good times don't last forever. It'll pass. The bad times don't last forever. It will pass. There's a reason why relationships take work, and it's a stick-to-itiveness. It's two people deciding that they're not going to let little shit get in the way. So this girl, like, running through husbands and just kind of being flippant about breaking up marriages, breaking up relationships, it sucks. Counterbalance that with one more thing, and then we'll move on from this tweet. Counterbalance that with the fact that there's also a great stigma around, the assumption that a marriage or a dating relationship can last forever. And if it doesn't, there's this stigma around it. There's a negative connotation to it. However, if you and your childhood best friend aren't still best friends on your deathbeds, nobody thinks anything of that. If you don't start a job or a career at 18 and work it until all the way through retirement, maybe you change careers, maybe you have different interests, maybe you do a side hustle that turns into a new career. No one thinks anything negative of that. So there's balance, jumping ship too fast and not doing the work and figuring out if you can make this work and have a nice high quality life with the absolute railroading that we're doing if a love relationship doesn't last forever. Whew, that was a lot, Anthony Johnson, to share this morning. Let's see. Okay, I find this funny because we are a cycling family and I'm not much of a road cyclist, but my eldest son is a road cyclist, and he is on the cycling team at his university, and road cycling is very much a part of our life. So this always cracks me up, but it's not wrong. It's just funny. Name a more entitled douchebag than a serious road cyclist. He was that 8-year-old who would put a full kit, full jersey, and pants on to head out on his casual bike rides when he was little. It was so cute. Don't let girls intimidate you. If you could see the losers she's fucked in the past, you'd probably lose interest. It's true. No matter how hot a girl is, no matter how high value she is, no matter how pristine and lovely she is, no matter how wonderful you think her, she has inevitably had relations with someone that she is not all that proud of. Okay. So don't let any of your connotations about how high value she is, or how careful she considers what enters her vagina, do not give that another thought. You shoot your shot. You go after it. You proceed with confidence, because girls make bad decisions all the time. All the time. If she turns you down, that's just an example of another bad decision she's making. Let's see. Girls love displays of male power. Absolutely. Aggression turns us on. I don't know what that is. It looks like meat. Oh, gosh. Which one is the biggest scam? He-Man. That's my childhood. Man, I haven't talked about Adam Lane Smith in a while. It's been too long, I'd say. I think I'm one of his biggest fans. I just think that the guy puts out some solid work. Now, he, unlike most in this neck of the woods, he's actually educated. He's actually a licensed marriage counselor. But what I love about him is he doesn't seem to, he truly does seem to do a good job of appreciating the masculine lead in relationships, while also not being very balanced and neutral-ish. I say neutral-ish because a lot of counseling gets a bad rap for being very female-centric. You know, it's all about kind of softening things and thinking about what she needs and all of this stuff. Where really, if a stronger man were leading the relationship, a lot of the problems that exist wouldn't exist. Adam Lane Smith is a great source for marital counseling and just kind of life advice. I've actually been seeing a lot of his sponsored ads. He must be making a really hard push. I've been seeing him a lot on Facebook lately. But I'm a big fan. I think he's a solid guy. He seems to have a really great family. And, I think if you're not following Adam Lane Smith, I think he's a great follow. Masculinity is good. That is all. I like it whenever I say masculinity is good. That's it. That's the tweet. Guys, don't hide your masculinity. Don't be fearful or timid about being a masculine man. That one thing alone will differentiate you from 90% of the men out there, 90% of the guys out there. Let's not go so far as to call them men. This is why a relationship isn't a man's goal. Okay, this is going to be good. The insanity of modern dating is, after all that work, even if you succeed and get married, your most likely reward is divorce. I'm glad that Ryan lifted this one up. Okay, so let's back up to Rosie's tweet here. The insanity of modern dating is, after all that work. The end goal for so many women is to get married and to have babies. But let's say in the realm of just like two people in relationship, it's to get married. The problem with this is they do not think past that. And that's where generational leading has failed miserably, because grandmothers, mothers, aunts used to guide girls into becoming great wives. And now I see that happening less and less. Fathers, grandfathers, uncles, professors, teachers used to guide men into being boys, into being great men and husbands. I see that happening less and less. The insanity of modern dating is, after all that work, I think I would say the insanity of modern dating is that you think that the work should just magically stop at marriage, because we have to work every day to improve in our careers. We work every day to improve our skills in our hobbies. We work every day to improve all kinds of things. And yet people kind of instinctively want to believe that relationship doesn't take anything, that it can just skate by on luck and love, and that it doesn't take every day waking up and going, I choose to be with this person today because I love them. It's not always going to be easy, but I am here today for a reason, and I'm going to make the most of this relationship, and I'm going to do my part. So the insanity of modern dating, I would say, is that people think it stops at marriage, and then you can just coast. That's not a fair way of looking at it. Most likely it'll end in divorce. The reward will be divorce. That's a cop-out. It's a cop-out. And just like Ryan said, this is why relationship isn't a man's goal. Most men are perfectly happy just having regular, consistent, reliable sex with a girl who doesn't make his life miserable at every other turn. It's a very low bar. And yet so many women absolutely refuse. Absolutely refuse. Lee Jordan, let's see. You never hear about people doing some light meditation. Woke up, exercised, thought about WAP for 15 minutes, tidied. He cracks me up. Guys, okay, so I had to delay my interview with Lee Jordan, but he is next on my list, and we are going to get together very soon, because he and I always have the greatest conversations. If you do not follow Lee already, he's got a great story. So I promise I will get that back on the books. That kiddo of mine having some health problems, it was a long 6 weeks, but we are back on track. Life is good. And it turns out he had pretty much zero health problems. So that's a blessing also. But know that if you don't follow Lee Jordan, I hope you will after seeing him on my news feed, because he is really, he's number one, he's funny, but he's also super intelligent and worthy of your attention. The illusion can't sleep. P continues sleeping. Yeah, pretty much. Oh my. Oh my. I want to know. Oh my. I want to know the girl who tried that the first time and thought, you know what, this probably won't destroy my hair. Oh, I can't watch that anymore. That just looks like it's destroying their hair. I don't think it is, but let's see. I also love Coastal Country Club. Oh, okay. I'm going to like this. This is a great feed this morning. I told you guys this would be fire. Friday fire. I love it. Being a complainer is low class and outdated. saying places or food or services bad signaled status in the 2010s, but not anymore. This is great stuff. Yes, most things are bad, and you should know this by now. But if you can't accept that, then stay home where you can make it better for less. Absolutely. Guys, I think that going out for meals used to, like they're saying here, used to be a status symbol, first of all. It was not the norm to go out for every meal or for one meal a day or to eat outside of the home unless it was out of a lunchbox for many meals at all. When I was growing up, we went to lunch out after church every Sunday, period. Unless it was a super special occasion, but even like birthdays didn't necessarily warrant going out. It wasn't an occasion. That was kind of an occasion where we ate our favorite meal at home. But now we're not going out because of the quality of what we encounter at these restaurants at all. Very rarely do you actually have a good dining experience or eat food that tastes better than you could have had at home. So expecting anything other than that, eating out is literally just for ease. It's so we don't have to do it. But expecting it to be a rainbow of flavor exploding in your mouth every time you eat outside of your home is absolute rubbish. And I think this is a really great point. So posting about the not so great experience that then you have shouldn't be a surprise. So don't bother doing it. You're not a food critic. You're not getting paid to give your negative opinion on how the steak was cooked at the Outback. So just don't bother. Just don't say it. It just kind of makes you sound like a cranky old man. But if you can't accept that outside of your home is not really all that much better anymore, then just stay home. I like that. Oh, I'm getting boxing ads. Jake Paul. I went into labor with my second child watching a boxing match. I think it was Tyson. Marilyn Monroe poolside. I love it. I love it. That's actually a really good picture. Oh my gosh. That is too funny. I'm going to maximize this so you guys can see what this is. Someone did a painting of this scene on the airplane. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is too funny. I love it. Guys, how has it already been half an hour? I'm telling you, when the feed is fire, it just it flows. I am so glad that you joined me today. If you are not already on my email list, I hope you will join me because, like I like to say, you just never know when you're going to get deplatformed from other places. So if you will go to myplayboysbunny.gumroad.com / Bunny Report. You will find the Bunny Report, my weekly email newsletter. I say weekly to kind of set me up and protect me from the pressure because some weeks are easier than others. Again, girls work on want to, men work on have to. But I try to email something every day. And I try not to be super salesy. I try not to be. Every once in a while, I'm like, I really want you to buy this because it's really awesome. Or I really am launching this very cool new product and I think you are going to really love it. So sometimes I get a little extra salesy, but for the most part, I try to give you amazing content and really kind of dig deeper into girl brain and deciphering things for yourself, because women are not a mystery. You just haven't been reading the right guidebook. You've been told that women are a mystery and you believed it. Shame on you. Don't do that. So if you're not, I really, truly appreciate you jumping on my email newsletter. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Friday. Finish your coffee, drink some more water, go lift some heavy shit, go have sex, and go be productive. Those are the keys to a winning day. Bye.